Hello students, this is Kanupriya, PhD Geography, and here I am once again with my next video on chapter which is Geographical Perspective on Selected Issues and Problems. This is my next video on this chapter. Earlier in my previous video, we had discussed about environmental pollution, in which we had studied the classification of environmental pollution. We had discussed three types of pollution, which are noise pollution, air pollution, and water pollution. We had discussed about the various causes and sources of these type of pollution, that is air pollution, water pollution, and noise pollution. And moreover, we have already discussed about the consequences of pollution. We had discussed about the various consequences that nowadays we are facing because of environmental pollution and how can we manage these types of pollution. So today we'll discuss the rest of the topics of this chapter. So let's start with it. Today's first topic is urban waste disposal. Urban areas are generally marked by overcrowding, congestion, inadequate facilities, and consequent poor sanitary conditions and foul smell and foul air. Environmental pollution by solid waste has now got significance because of enormous growth in the quantity of waste generated from various sources. Solid waste refers to variety of old and used articles. For example, stained small pieces of metals, broken glassware, plastic containers, polythene bags, ashes, floppies, CDs, which are dumped at different places. These discarded materials are also termed as refuse, garbage, rubbish, etc. and are disposed of from two sources. First is household or domestic establishments and industrial or commercial establishments. So basically, urban areas in nowadays are mainly marked by or known for overcrowding, congestion, inadequate facilities to support such a large growing population, and consequent poor sanitary conditions, foul smell, foul air, etc. But the most important problem that urban areas are nowadays facing is urban waste disposal. It has got now significance because of the enormous growth in the quantity of waste which are generated from various sources. Solid matter or solid waste is a matter of serious concern. Solid waste are produced or urban waste are produced from two main sources, which are domestic waste and industrial waste. The household waste or the domestic waste are disposed of either on public lands or on private contractor sites, whereas the solid waste of industrial units are collected and disposed of through public facilities at low-lying public grounds. The huge turnout of ashes and debris from industries, thermal power houses, and building constructions or demolitions have posed problems of serious consequences. Solid waste cause health hazard through creation of obnoxious smell, harboring of flies and rodents, which act as carriers of diseases like typhoid, diphtheria, diarrhea, malaria, cholera, etc. These waste cause frequent nuisance as and when these are carelessly handled, spread by wind, and splittered through rainwater. So basically, the waste which are produced from either industries or domestic waste are disposed of or thrown out on public grounds and public contractor sites. The solid waste of industries are collected and disposed of through municipal facilities at the low-lying public grounds. Moreover, these solid waste are creating serious health hazards to people because it creates obnoxious smell and the waste materials becomes the harboring of flies and rodents, and these are the carriers of number of diseases, and it causes number of serious health hazards like diphtheria, cholera, typhoid, etc. Concentration of industrial units in and around urban centers give rise to disposal of industrial waste. The dumping of industrial waste into rivers leads to water pollution. River pollution from city-based industries and untreated sewage leads to serious health problems downstream. Urban waste disposal is a serious problem in India today. In metropolitan cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru, about 90% of the solid waste is collected and disposed. But in most of other cities and towns in the country, about 30 to 50% of the waste generated are left uncollected, which accumulate on streets, in open spaces between houses, and in wastelands, leading to serious health hazards. These waste should be treated as a resource and utilized for generating energy and compost. Untreated waste ferments slowly and releases toxic gases into the atmosphere. And these biogases includes methane. So basically, the concentration of this solid waste is producing a serious problem. When it is added into the water, it causes river pollution. However, there are some cities, metropolitan cities, where 90% of the solid waste is properly disposed of. However, there are some other cities also where 30 to 50% only waste is disposed of. So this is all about solid waste disposal or urban waste disposal. Rural to urban migration. Population flow from rural areas to urban areas is caused by many factors like high demand for labor in urban areas, low job opportunities in rural areas, and unbalanced pattern of development between rural and urban areas. In India, population in cities is rapidly increasing. Due to low opportunities in smaller and medium cities, the poor people generally bypass these small cities and directly come to the mega cities for their livelihood. So basically, rural urban migration is a type of internal migration in which people move from rural areas to urban areas in search of better job opportunities. And it leads to the unplanned pattern of development between rural areas and urban areas. As we all know, nowadays in India, we are facing the problem of population explosion in the urban areas. Population is rapidly increasing in the urban areas, and it is because of the fact that there are less opportunities in the villages and small cities. So people from the rural areas and small cities, they move to the mega cities in order to have more income, leading to the overcrowding of the urban areas. Here is a case study which is related to rural urban migration. Here Ramesh has been working in contract as a welder on a construction site in Odisha for last 2 years. He moved with the contractor to different places like Surat, Mumbai, Gandhinagar, Jamnagar, Bharuch, and so on. He remits about 20,000 per year to his father in his native village. The remittances have been used for consumption, healthcare, schooling of children, etc. Part of the money is also used in agriculture, purchasing of land, and building of houses. The standard of living of Ramesh's family improved significantly. But 15 years ago, the situation was not the same. The family was passing through very tough times. 3 of his brothers and their families had to survive on 3 acres of land. The family was highly in debt. Moreover, Ramesh has to discontinue his studies after 9th standard. He was further hard pressed when he got married. Simultaneously, he was also impressed by some successful out-migrants of his village who had been working in Ludhiana and supporting their families in village by sending money and some consumer goods. Thus, due to abject poverty in the family and perceived job promises at Ludhiana, he made a move to Punjab with his friend. He worked there in a factory for 6 months at the rate of only just 20 rupees per day in 1988. Apart from the crisis of managing his personal expenditure from this meager income, he was also facing difficulty in assimilation to the new culture and the new environment. So basically, a story has been told related to Ramesh, who has moved from his rural area to urban area to get a better job opportunity. Moreover, he also discontinued his studies and he has shifted from his native village to urban area to generate more income at Ludhiana. And he just had 20 rupees per day in 1988. Then he decided to change his place of work from Ludhiana to Surat under the guidance of his friend. He learned the skills of welding in Surat, and after that he has been moving to different places with the same contractor. Though the economic condition of Ramesh family at village improved, he is bearing the pain of separation of his near and dear ones. He cannot shift them with him as the job is temporary and transferable. So this is the condition of Ramesh when he has moved from rural area to urban area. Firstly, he did work at very small wages. Later on, he made himself a skilled person. He understands the skill of welding at Surat, and he has started moving from Ludhiana to Surat and worked under a contractor and started moving from one place to another. But he has to feel that the separation from his near and dear ones, as he cannot keep them with him as his job is transferable. So this is the condition of Ramesh when he has moved from rural to urban area. Here are some comments related to this case study. In developing countries, we all know poor, semi-illiterate and unskilled people like Ramesh, they usually migrate from rural areas to urban areas and frequently end up performing small jobs at low wages in informal sector in urban areas. Since wages are very low to support the family at the place of destination, the spouses are left behind in rural areas to look after children and elderly people. Thus, the rural-urban migration stream is dominated by the males. So, these are the comments related to case study. There are a number of people like Ramesh who move from rural areas to urban areas in order to support their family financially. But they have to feel that separation, that sense of separation of his near and dear ones. And mostly we have seen in a country like India, generally males migrate from rural areas to urban areas, leaving their spouses behind. So this is all for today. If you have any doubt, please come up with your doubts. Thank you so much.